I tell you what, I'm not sure if I'm like in a high spot or something, but the wind is bad, so I apologize as I almost fall if this is too windy. So, woo, almost slipped again. Now, if you are just joining us and you didn't watch our last couple of videos on this, I am currently building a shed for my chainsaw carvings so that I can carve out of the elements. And so this is what I have so far. So I have two sides and a back, and now I'm gonna have a little door back there. And I built this a little differently than I have done the other buildings on our property. I sort of used a combination of stick framing and post and beam, but I sort of regret that now, because now I'm sort of in the point where, like, I had to mill a lot to get to this point, and I have to mill some more. And as you can see over there, I have a log on the mill, but it's just like I'm sort of running out of ideas of what to do. So I wish I had just done my corner posts and then, you know, gone from there. But lesson learned, not going to do this again. I'm just going to do my post and beam that I've done with the emu house. That worked out a lot faster. I just thought that this way, the problem that I had with the emu house was that it was like off kilter and not square, and I was able to get this much more square with a lot less effort, but as you can see, it required a lot more boards. So I'm gonna need to figure out some way to get a beam across there, because now the height of the walls is not quite tall enough for me, so that if I put a standard header between these two posts to hold up the roof rafters, it's gonna end up, I'm gonna have to duck to get under it, which I don't want. So what I'm gonna do is sort of reinforce this a little bit and then put a laminated beam up there so that I don't have to bring the header down at all, and it'll still be there. But then I'm also trying to figure out what I need to do with the front. A lot to do, but I think, so I'm basically gonna do one more combination of this, so these are all basically 2 feet apart, something like that. So I'm gonna have a big beam come to right there, but maybe I should make it. I just don't know. But anyway, I'm gonna figure that out. So I'm gonna finish milling this, and then I'm gonna do some figuring, and then I'll check back. Anyway, so, all right, so here's how my strange mind works. So I don't have any paper, and I'm off grid back here, so what I figured out is my front, and so this little drawing here represents the front of my building. So the back of the building, as you can see by my diligent note-taking, from the beams is 83.5 inches, and it's gonna be plus 4 inches for the header that I'm gonna have up here. So it's 87.5 inches, and then if I give that a 212 pitch, which is the minimum for the metal roof, we have 137.5 inches from the front to the back, and it's actually going to be more than that now that I'm thinking about it. Gosh dang it. Well, it doesn't really matter. So I'm going to give it 2 feet of lift regardless. So basically the front is going to be 2 feet higher than the back. So there's going to be a 2 foot difference, and it's going to slope down that way. Because this is going to, like I said, this doesn't need to be, we're not building a house here. But anyway, so this is sort of the diagram of what I'm going to do. Because I was originally going to have like a laminated beam, which basically means I would take all of these boards and glue and screw them together at different joint angles to get a beam to go from this side all the way to over there. But instead of that, I'm just going to set up like a regular sort of framing, just like this, for the first 2 feet or so that I have right here. And then I'll have some extra bracing. I know it'll be actually on this side. And that's where I'll have a beam, and I'll cut that beam right from there. So I'll have one solid header. Because what I really want is I really want a really big opening here. And so this is, I think it's like 13 feet. So if I do 2 feet on either side, that's going to give me 9 total feet. And I think I calculated it's like 107 inches, which is, so it's just a little bit less than 9 feet. Because what I want to do is, if I need to, I want to be able to take like a big piece like that and stuff it in my shed. So I don't want to, I was thinking about maybe having just like a 5-foot opening, but then that's only going to give me like 6 inches on either side of my pallet forks. And I think it would be nice if I could drive the tractor like right up to it, put the forks down, and then, you know, wedge it in there. So anyway, so I have a plan. I'm going to see if I can execute it. And then hopefully we'll be done with this build video and I can get back to other things. And I appreciate you putting up with me and these stupid build videos. All right, so I apologize again if there's wind noise, but check it out, man. That is a very tall roof. But so what I've done, let me show you what I've done here. So I have the studs, and they're actually 16-inch on center, which is great. I added a little extra lip on this side to just make sure that I got onto that beam, but the weight is going to transfer still onto that beam, so that'll be fine. And then so I have a 4x4 that's then joined to this 2x6 that's going up there. So the beam that I have, which is sitting right over there, so that's a 9.5 by 4-inch beam. So that is beefy as hell. So that's gonna sit right in there and also right in there. And then I'm gonna have this nice big open way, and that'll provide plenty of span coverage for my rafters so that the roof won't sag. And I'm actually really excited because I think I'm going to be able to finish the framing today, which would be great because I still need to mill some wood for my ladies, the alpaca, the hay feeder that I showed you. So what I want to do is I want to get this set, and then I'm just going to cut like 1x material, and I'm just going to try to plow through as many logs as I can because I have a ton of logs down here, Catherine, and I just want to use as many as I can. And then I'll just use those 1x live edge things as like shingle siding for the sides here, and then call it a day. But so I'm going to be able to get the beam in right now, and then I just need one more top plate up there, and then I'm like good to go. And I'm going to see if I can mill some 2x6s for the rafters. Looking pretty good, man. Okay, so we got our header up there. Now I just need to get it secured, and we'll be ready to go. That's a nice looking beam. Got our laminated header on the back, so all we need is some rafters, and framing is done. All right, so I promised you guys that I wasn't going to give you an update until it was all done. I think there was one more clip ahead of this one, but so my chainsaw mill shed is like 6 top cuts or 12 top cuts away from being complete. I actually ran out of screws, so attaching the last bit of siding, and it's literally like a 6-foot section, I couldn't do. But so here we go, big reveal, ready? So I think this looks pretty great. I wish that I had the time and also the materials to cut like actual siding for this, because I do. So here's the problem. So I have some maintenance issues, not issues, but I have some maintenance to do on the sawmill, and one of the things is that the throttle cable is actually de-threading itself, so I can't really put too much weight on it, and also it just takes so much time. But so I would really like to, in future iterations, have 1-inch slabs, basically what I used for the strapping up there for the siding, over the top cuts, because the top cuts, and let me actually flip the camera around. So the top cuts are great because it's like one of those things that I can use as, you know, it's technically a waste product from the mill. And so I can use this, and it actually looks pretty cool. You know, I think it's sort of, you know, it gives it sort of a log cabin look. The only problem is trying to stack them is difficult. And so I can put them, and I'll come over here. So I can try to do them like shingles, but then the problem is they end up overlapping in spaces where it's too wide, and so you got a really aggressive angle there, and it just makes it difficult to make it look good and be airtight. But I think it's great for now, and like if I'm really ever actually concerned about the airtightness in here, I can just do some wood boards going this way, sort of like a pony wall. But so this, I am super happy with this. I went with the plastic roofing just because the roof was so tall that I didn't feel comfortable putting the metal roofing on, just because you need a lot of energy to get into there. And I actually needed to use some scrap metal roof on the back. And so it doesn't look great from the back, but you know what? Doesn't matter. The great thing about this, so this took, you know, almost 2 weeks, but not at full attention of 2 weeks, you know? And so this is just the last section that I need to complete here. But literally I have three, I have three 3-inch screws to my name, so can't quite finish that yet. And then I think I'm gonna do some sort of laser engraving thing over there, just because I like to have things look cool, and I get a sense of ownership over things when I put my logo on it and stuff like that. So anyway, so this is basically done. I got actually these hinges, which I think are 10-inch hinges. These are really big. 10 inches, yeah. So these are gonna hold plenty of weight. So I got, and they were actually on sale for only $3 a piece. So I'm gonna have 3 on each side for these doors. So I'm gonna have big 4.5 foot doors right here that just open, you know, like that. Then I'll have one big oh, I forgot to get hinges for that door. What a dummy. I'm such a dummy. Anyway, well, it looks like I'm bleeding. The chocolate. Definitely did not have a donut. But, so, finished this baby just in time. Obviously, this tarp won't stay here long. It's just there for now. But it is now raining. I don't know if you can actually see the rain, but this is working out perfectly. I got plenty of ventilation in here, and it's really nice. So it's, you know, it's a little dark, but obviously, I mean, it is what it is. And so look at what I'm working on today. I got a couple bears and a big mushroom. Starting to work on some gnomes, and this guy right here. I think these are actually going to be pretty good. So so yesterday I cut up a bunch of these like logs to just get ready. Anyway, just wanted to show you guys how it looked in action. And thanks for watching. See you next time.